This is the Timkkoo ES670 in-ear earphone. It comes in black, gray, and silver. It is a dual driver earphone, meaning there are two separate speakers inside. A dynamic driver handles the bass, and a balanced armature driver provides the mids and treble. Build quality is robust with an all-metal design. It has a built-in microphone with play controls. They fit good, stay in the ears well, and have good isolation. For accessories, you get a good quality, semi-hard, round carrying case with a zipper. The case has a built-in net pouch where you can store your ear tips or whatever else you would like. You also get 3 different single-flanged silicone ear tips in small, medium, and large to fit any ear. The cable is soft with a non-adjustable Y splitter. There is an L and an R printed on the earphones, but the quickest way to distinguish left from right is that the microphone and controls are on the right side. Below the Y splitter, the cable is covered with a braided cloth material that gives it a premium feel. Above the Y splitter has a plastic feel to it. The overall quality of the cable feels good, although it is a bit thin and prone to tangling. You get absolutely no cable noise, which is a good thing. The strain relief on the earpiece end has a unique design. The cable passes through the metal housing, so there is very little chance of yanking on the cord and damaging it. The way they did it provides a good solid grip for inserting and removing the earphone. A lot of the time when earphones go bad, it's due to poor strain relief on the earphone end. I feel very confident with the metal strain relief, and it makes it much easier when putting them on or taking them off, as you don't have to try to grab the earphone themselves. It also alleviates the weight of the cable pulling down, which should decrease any strain on the cable, which could cause damage. The 3.5mm connector is made of all metal. It is straight with a hard rubber strain relief. Controls work well with Android on a Motorola Nexus 6. You have volume up and volume down. Single-clicking the middle button will play or pause a track. Double-clicking the middle button will go to the next track or will shuffle your music depending on how you have your player set up. The buttons are raised, making them easy to find versus the flat type that you have to feel around for. I believe the buttons are metal and have a good tactile feel when they are engaged. They click into place when pressed, so you know you have actually pressed them. They fit very comfortable, and getting a good seal is no problem. You can wear them cable up or cable down. Even though they are an all-metal design, the earphones are quite light. I've used the Timkkoo ES670 as my main earphone for several days now. I burned them in for about 48 hours. They were used mainly with a Motorola Google Nexus 6 cell phone, which has some of the best sound of any cell phone ever made. I also used them on a FiiO X3 version 1 digital audio player. Right off the bat, you can tell these are something different. The efficiency of these earphones is on another level. For a change, I had to turn the volume down about 25% lower than normal. They are crazy loud, but even when turning the volume all the way up, there was no distortion. The FiiO X3 is a high-powered portable digital audio player, and turning it up all the way nearly made my ears bleed, but it sounded good. These are clear-sounding earphones with fantastic resolution and detail. They have good instrument separation and decent soundstage. Overall, they are fairly balanced, but not neutral. You get good bass with some sub-bass extension. Bass has good impact, slightly elevated, but in no way is it overdone. It is not geared towards bass heads, but is there when it needs to be. Mid-bass presence is also good with no bass bleed into the mids. There is enough bass for rock, pop, and maybe some electro. However, as a test, I did listen to some bassy songs, such as Bob Marley Heathen Live, as well as Massive Attack Eye Against Eye, and the low end did come to life, hitting hard when called upon. Mids are present and not recessed. Vocals sound great with both male and female singers. Guitars are crisp as well as pianos. Overall, the mid-range is quite impressive. Treble is fairly well extended, but slightly rolled off at the extreme end. It does have good detail, but never felt harsh or fatiguing. These are not overly bright, nor are they lacking in treble. I think this treble signature should fit most tastes. Call quality was a mixed bag. The sound was detailed, but for whatever reason the dynamic range wasn't there, making it sound kinda like an AM radio. It was totally usable, and I can clearly hear the other person on the other end, but it seemed like the bass and treble were cut off. On the other hand, the person on the other end did not even know I was using a headset and was surprised when I told her I was using one. The Timkkoo ES670 are great earphones. A solid all-metal build, unique strain relief on the earphones as well as on the 3.5mm connector. They are highly efficient with detailed sound that will appeal to a wide variety of tastes. As said before, the cable is of high quality but not too thick. Receiving calls on these sounded a little thin, but the mic works great. They are loud and easy to drive with good isolation. They are great hybrids at an affordable cost, sounding well above their price selling point.